Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to XDefiant. Today we have a short little news update video. The last XDefiant video I did was definitely very doom and gloom, as we got the rumors and the information coming from Tom Henderson from his sources at Ubisoft that apparently the game is not doing very good, and apparently they have until Season 3 to up their player numbers, otherwise they risk losing post-launch support for the game, which in essence would just kill off the game entirely. Obviously that'd be pretty terrible considering how much potential XDefiant has. Well, almost in response to that news article going out there and everybody starting to talk about it, XDefiant's done a couple of interesting things. The first thing is they now have a new daily login reward system starting on September 9th all the way until September 24th, where basically every single day it's going to alternate between 100 X coins as well as weapon XP boosters and battle pass XP boosters. In fact, there's actually enough X coins here to buy the Season 2 battle pass if you just sign in every day and get your rewards. Keep in mind there's not going to be like any big notifier or anything like that. You just sign into the game and the X coins and the boosters will just be automatically applied to your account. That's one interesting way that they're going about trying to combat the player number situation right now. But then we have Mark Rubin, and I know a lot of people are not going to like this, but we keep hearing more about what's going to be coming to the game. I think a lot of people are tired of hearing about what's coming as compared to seeing the stuff actually in the game, but Mark Rubin has gone to Twitter to reiterate and give us an idea of more of what is going to be coming to the game in the near future, probably starting with Season 2, which is going to be at the end of September. Mark Rubin did say that there's going to be an official roadmap posted, but for right now, if you just scroll through his Twitter and look at his replies to the community, you can see just what they have planned for the game right now. And I will say I'm pretty happy that somebody like Mark Rubin is still out there every single day responding to people on Twitter and interacting with his own community. I definitely think that's a really good thing. But here's going to be a quick summary of what we learned from Mark Rubin over the course of the past week or so. Netcode is the highest priority. They're always working on it. They're always going to be updating it. They're always trying to make it better. Objective score is going to be added to weapon XP in a coming patch, which is freaking needed, absolutely. Prestige mode, of course, is going to be coming, and progression is going to be addressed. Specifically, this was in response to a fan asking him for things like kill medals, calling cards, and 100%er, and Mark Rubin said, yes, they're working on stuff like that right now. It's a big priority for them. He also confirmed that there's going to be a currency system of some sort that's going to allow you to unlock rewards for free. I'm not sure if this is going to be earning X coins through gameplay, but there's going to be like an extra currency added to XDefiant that you can get for free by playing the game and doing challenges, and then turn that currency into cosmetic rewards and things to unlock in the game, which sounds fantastic. And of course, daily login rewards are going to be there. Those are basically the big things when it comes to how the game is going to feel, as well as the extra progression systems that he plans on adding to the game. But it doesn't stop there, because he let us know about a couple of other features that are going to be coming to the game, such as a quick match button, which will basically just throw you into the first match available as soon as possible. Game chat is going to be added so that you can talk to the other team in between rounds as well as after the match. There's going to be a surrender button in ranked play, so if somebody disconnects or quits, players don't have to play out the entire match knowing that one side is just going to win. The spider bot is being reworked, and right now the current prototype is it's going to follow players and create sort of an EMP field that will take out abilities like shields, but also make it so abilities can't be used, similar to the EMP grenade, which will be somewhat of a counter to the Cleaner's firebomb, which is another part of the game that I think a lot of people find frustrating. Finally, we have player collision. Friendly players are going to be slipperier, is how he described it, so therefore you're going to slide off them a little bit easier. You're not going to get bumped into by your teammates nearly as much, and enemy players are going to be more solid, which means you don't essentially just run through the enemy player anymore, because that does happen in XDefiant on occasion, right? If you're like right there, bad breath distance with your opponent, you know, one person slides or one person strafes or whatever, sometimes you kind of go through each other, and it really makes for some really disorienting gunfights, so they're going to be addressing that as well. Those are just the things that so far Mark Rubin has talked about on Twitter. He did say a full roadmap is going to be coming, and according to Tom Henderson in that article, which, you know, his inside sources at Ubisoft were telling him all this, if they don't get the player count up, then it does mean terrible, terrible things for XDefiant as a whole. So it does seem like they're going to be going all out with Season 2. The way things were worded, they have until Season 3 to get the player count up and get more people invested and interested in the game and everything. So it sounds to me like they have until Season 3. So Season 2 is going to be the season where they kind of just like go all out and start adding all this stuff, you know? And so it really seems like they're definitely hard at work when it comes to getting this stuff together, because while Mark Rubin, yes, is very active on Twitter and interacting with the community and doing all that stuff, you know, the official XDefiant page, they're not really talking a whole lot as of right now. The other XDefiant devs, they're not really talking a whole lot right now. It seems like they're kind of just going silent right now, which is is not typical of how they've handled things, right? Ever since the launch of XDefiant, they were known and regarded for being some of the most transparent developers in the industry, but lately, they're not really doing it that much, aside from Mark Rubin. So it does seem like the team is hard at work. They did have those layoffs over at Ubisoft San Francisco, but they also hired on a bunch of new people to be working on the game as well. So maybe there's just, internal conflicts. We did read some news stories back in the day about that, internal conflicts and this boys club idea that they have there and how the developers interact with one another. So it sounds like they kind of cleaned house a little bit, moved some things around, got some new pieces in, and maybe, just maybe, it's going to be the refresher they need to really get XDefiant off the ground and get it to where it should be, considering how much hype the game had up until its launch and during its initial launch window. What was it, like 8 million players or something like that in the first week, which was a record for Ubisoft? Like, XDefiant was wildly popular, but I think for a lot of people, and I'm just repeating myself at this point, but it felt like there just wasn't enough in the game. Like, the core game, for me anyway, I love it. The core gunplay, the movement, the maps, the characters, like everything about it is fantastic, but that's all that there is. There's just the gameplay. There's not that thing to keep you playing long term besides just going in, getting kills, and looking at your stats pretty much. I mean, they added those extra weapon camos, but those camos take forever and a half to unlock, especially if you're only playing objective game modes. In objective game modes, you might get 2 weapon levels per match, and we're talking about 400 weapon levels per gun. Like, do the math there, guys. It takes forever. You get a gun up to gold, that's weapon level 200. Then you have to go through 100 weapon levels to get up to the next camo. That's just so much playing. We're talking like 50, 60 matches there just to get to your next camo on one gun, running the same gun every single match after match after match. There just isn't enough progression in the game, and it sounds like they're definitely trying to address that by adding objective score to weapon XP, which is going to make things feel good, having prestige mode, having challenges, having 100%er, maybe things like kill medals, calling cards, and that currency system that they talked about where you can unlock rewards for playing the game, and daily login rewards, which are already starting. All that stuff does sound fantastic, but the question is, when is it going to come out, and will it be enough to suck players back into XDefiant? I guess we're going to have to see. Ladies and gentlemen, they do have an opportunity right here, and I'm saying this as a Call of Duty fan and as a Call of Duty content creator. Season 2 will be dropping about a month before Black Ops 6 comes out. Like, it's going to be coming out like roughly a week or two after the Haunting event starts, so the Haunting event's not going to be like new and fresh anymore, and it's also going to be roughly a month before Black Ops 6 comes out. It's an ideal time for them to try to win back some of those Call of Duty refugees, us sitting there in our little paddle boat holding our controllers. It's an opportunity to get those players back and at least try out XDefiant again, because chances are they maybe played it at launch but haven't played it for a couple of months. Season 2 is an excellent opportunity for them, and I'm interested to see how it's all going to play out. But ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this video here today. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Leave your thoughts and feedback down there in the comments. Thank you all so much for listening, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.